Hi, my name is Gemma, and we are the team number 2, that is confirmed by Adrián Bocanegra, Oscar Yerick Nerio, David Roberto Perez, Ángel Eduardo Rivera, and Santiago Sanchez. And today we were gonna talk about the use of toxic components in the fast fashion. And then, welcome to a world where fashion moves at the speed of light. Brands like Zara, Forever 21, and H&M churn out our stunning quantity of clothing daily, meeting our insatiable desire for instant trends. But behind the glamour lies a hidden cost. The very fabric of fast fashion leads to exploiting limited recruits, genetic toxic waste, and underpaying workers. The consumers demand change, the industry first reworking. While consumers relish the duel of affordable clothing, there's a hidden big price. It falls on us, the consumers, to explore alternatives and address the environmental consequences of our choices. The call for resilient garments and the sustainable industry echoes throughout the halls to the UN Alliance for Sustainable Fashion. It's not just a desire, it's a global goal supported by the WHO envision a better, more responsible fashion future. Yet, the impact extends beyond the environment. In developing economies and the fashion industry, bear social problems. Remake reports that the 80% of clothing is crafted by young women facing exploiting in the name of fashion. As we delve into the fast fashion industry, analyzing impact and seek alternatives, join us of a journey to understand the labor-intensive, low-capital history that used to pivot moments.
You're so pretty, you're so popular. I just wanna be your sweetheart.
From environment degradation to social injustice, this is the understory of fast fashion. Stay on it as we unravel these layers and explore what's at stake in the pursuit of a more sustainable and ethical fashion industry.
As my partner said, the industry of fashion is a type of industry that affects a lot of people, causing that the same industry to exploit limited resources and causing an insane amount of pollution to the environment. Fast fashion doesn't just have a huge impact on the environment. In fact, this industry also possesses social problems, especially in developing economies. According to the non-profit organization Remake, 80% of clothing is made by young women between the ages of 18 years and 24 years. A 2018 U.S. Department of Labor report found evidence of forced labor and child labor in the fashion industry in Argentina, Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Indonesia, Philippines, Turkey, Vietnam, among other countries. Rapid production means prioritizing revenues and profits over a labor-intensive, low-capital industry.
An example of this is the usage of viscose. Viscose was introduced on 1890 as a cheaper alternative to cotton in manufacturing. Viscose, also known as rayon, is a popular cellulose fiber made from wood pulp. This has extremely harmful effects on the environment, such as the usage of toxic chemicals and critical resource use of these materials. When companies use the toxic chemicals, others worry about impacts on other than environmental factors. For example, carbon disulfide used in the production of viscose fiber also causes fatal side effects on workers' health. Perhaps not surprisingly, viscose produces more greenhouse gas emissions that cotton produces.
Furthermore, brands use synthetic fibers like polyester, nylon, and acrylic, which take hundreds of years to biodegrade. A 2017 report from the International Union of Conservation of Nature, the IUCN, estimated that 35% of all microplastics, that are tiny pieces of not biodegradable plastic that are normally found in the ocean, come from the laundering of synthetic textiles like polyester. According to a documentary released in 2015, The True Cost, the world consumes around 80 billion new pieces of clothing every year, 400% more than the consumption of 20 years ago. The fashion industry is the second largest consumer of water, requiring about 700 gallons to produce a cotton t-shirt and 2,000 gallons of water to produce a pair of jeans. Business Insider also warns that the textile dyeing industry is the world's second largest water polluter, with leftovers water from the dyeing process often being dumped into ditches, streams, or rivers. The production of making plastic fibers into textiles is an energy-expensive process that requires a large motion of petroleum and releases volatile particulate matter and acids like hydrogen chloride. Additionally, which is a large amount of fast fashion products, is also not environmentally friendly to manufacture. Pesticides deemed necessary for the growth of cotton present health risks to farmers. To counter this waste caused by fast fashion, more sustainable fabrics that can be used in clothing include wool silk, organic cotton, linen, hemp, and lyocell.
Hypothesis: Slow fashion as solution. Slow fashion is a broad response to fast fashion and its environmental impact. An argument aimed at reducing overproduction, overly complex supply chains, and reckless consumption. It advocates production practices that respect people, the environment, and animals. The World Resources Institute suggests that companies design, test, and invest in business models that reuse clothing and maximize its useful life. Shoppers are dramatically reducing their consumption of fast fashion by buying from thrift sellers like Thread Up Inc. and Poshmark, headquartered in California, USA. Buyers send their unwanted clothes to the sites, and people buy these clothes for less than the original price. Another solution is to rent clothes such as the American companies Rent the Runway and Winnie Bee, the British company Girl Men's Dress, and the Dutch company Mad Jeans, which rent organic jeans that can be kept and exchanged or returned. Other retailers like Adidas are experimented with custom wear to reduce margins, increase customer satisfaction, and reduce inventory. Ralph Lauren announced that it will use 100% sustainability source-based materials by 2025. Governments need to be more actively involved in combating the harmful effects of the fashion industry. British ministers have rejected a report by MPs that pointed to the environmental impact of fast fashion. On the other hand, French President Emmanuel Macron signed an agreement with 150 brands to help make the fashion industry more sustainable. Instead of using viscose, we can choose alternatives such as the more durable cellulose fibers. In Finland, a company called Spinova turns wood fibers into recyclable fibers, without using toxic chemicals like caustic soda, carbon disulfide, and sodium hydroxide typically found in viscose. Inspired by spider web weaving, this method is applied to wood fiber materials. It will use 99% less water than cotton production. This method is particularly promising because it is safer, uses fewer resources, and provides evidence that sustainable sourcing is not possible for many other companies.
The fashion industry is escalating use of toxic emissions and harmful carbons coupled with a lax brand regulation poses a challenging problem to address at its core. While eliminating the issue entirely may be difficult, opting for a second-hand clothing extends their lifespan and reduces immediate disposal. Despite that team concerns, there are actionable solutions, raising awareness about the environmental impact of the fashion industry and mobilizing the population for protests, votes, and collective actions that initiate a positive change towards sustainability, highlighting the future consequences of climate change and taking a significant step forward.